Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for joining us for another interview with King Solomon Entertainment and Media Group, where we bring you another interview with Hollywood Now, where we interview today's hottest stars, influencers, and insiders. Thank you so much for joining us for another interview. We also can't do what we do without our sponsors. We want to thank Heart to Heart for You.org, Heal to Heal. We want to thank Dr. Morley Hester, Restoration of Credit, Pioneer Credit. If you want your credit restored, everything about credit awareness and the whole purpose of credit, please reach out to him, as well as USC Black Alumni Association and the Moreland Greenwood Foundation. Please reach out to them, let them know that you heard it on this platform. And if you are interested in becoming a partner and sponsor with us, please reach out to us, KingSolomonEntertainment.tv, and connect with us, and we'll let you know how to get that done. We also want to thank everyone who solicited their 60-second monologue for the King Solomon monologue. Please get those in, send them to KingSolomonEntertainment.tv so we can put you before star panel and get great feedback and constructive criticism on your art. So please send in the 60-second monologue. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, share, comment this video as well as the other ones on YouTube, James Claiborne. And so we here with a wonderful, wonderful guest, Hollywood Now, with Kente Scott, and of course his sister, who could not be with us today, Shonda Scott. We want to recognize and honor her as well. Comedian, radio host. He has done wonderful work as far as a web series, I think podcast called Rivalry. And we just wonderful, grateful to have him today. And please introduce yourself, Kente Scott.
What's up, y'all? Hollywood Now. Appreciate y'all having me. It's your boy Kente Scott, comedian, podcast co-host. What's Sibling Rivalry, the podcast. Check us out. Ready to do it. How you, King Solomon? Appreciate you having me on, bro.
Oh man, we're so excited to have you here, brother. Thank you so much for doing this for us. So we definitely want to get a sense of who you are and what you do. So please tell us, how did it all started with you in entertainment? Was you a comedian first? Was you an actor? How did it all start?
I was an actor first. Actually, I tell people I didn't choose entertainment. Entertainment chose me. I'm from Oakland originally, came to UCLA, and as a freshman, I was in the Wooden Center about to play a pickup basketball game, and guy walked up and said, "You guys want to do a commercial?" Talking to me and a couple of my friends, and he took the picture back then. And 2 days later, I was filming a Cleveland Power Company commercial. So from that, I started doing commercials while in college. Got an agent, started doing bit parts on TV shows, and then my senior year in college, I did my first stand-up show at the Comedy Store. Did 3 minutes, they laughed, and so they kept it all going. So it started just with me going to college.
Well, that's actually, I never heard it explained in that manner of how the art chose you. And I guess that is the solidification of how it chose you, because you actually got booked for something. Last time people would do a play or a project and they said, well, I got bit by the bug, but you actually was booking. So definitely chose you. And of course, you went to stand up and got a laugh. That's good education as well. So have you learned the difference between auditioning for acting roles and stand-up comedy?
Oh yeah, it's definitely different, because stand-up is you. Like stand-up is, if you're writing your stuff or you're presenting your stuff, so it's all a part of you. Acting, you have to put a piece of you in the character that somebody else wrote, not necessarily with you in mind. So acting auditions are a lot more cerebral. You got to get a little deeper and dig into the meat and find what part of you fits that character. Comedy is all me on stage.
So I know you said you booked a role for commercial and acting first, and then you went out to stand up. Now, are you glad that you wasn't totally green doing stand up, so you had a experience of being in front of audience that helped you out? Or as you did stand up and go back to booking, did stand up really help you because it's more intimate with the audience? So like, what helped you the most to prepare for one for the other?
I think stand up helps more with the audition process. Like you said, when you're in stand up and you're on stage, you're basically naked with your thoughts and what you're doing. There's no character to stand behind. You got to get past that fear of, are they gonna like me? Am I gonna be funny enough? So when you go into an audition, you have that confidence that I've done this before. I've been in front of people before, naked. So now I have something to hide behind. So now you kind of go in there with a little bit of armor because you're playing a character. So it stand up definitely helped me more to do acting than the other way around.
Yeah, it's definitely helps out, but definitely the more you do it, the better you become. Now, please let the audience know about your training. Like, how do you prepare for one for the other? Do you take classes when you're not booking or working? How do you train for it?
For acting or comedy?
Yeah, for acting and stand up.
Okay, well, for acting, yeah, it's I took classes because I didn't know about acting. I hadn't been in plays. I was playing sports in high school, so I just knew about smiling and trying to sound funny. But like I said, they want a piece of you in that character, so you have to realize and find how to be vulnerable, how to be not Kente, how to be a little bit of Kente, but showing them a different side because the character they want has to have layers. So yeah, I took classes with acting coaches David Cavian. I took Chip Field's repertory group, Kim Field's mama. I'm in a repertory group now at my church. So just to keep it's like getting up, shooting, jumping. It's you once you learn it, then you just go out and practice. So at this point, acting classes are practices and honing your skills. Getting the rust off and all of that. And even with comedy, I had to learn how to write, because there's an art to writing a joke that's different than telling your friends a funny story. So after my first couple of times, I took a workshop with a lady named Judy Carter, who wrote The Art of Stand-Up Comedy, which is like the comedy Bible. So once I was able to find that out and find out the structure of it, then it was just getting out and practicing what I learned. So I've taken classes for both. Because I'm not arrogant enough to think I know what I'm doing just because I got to laugh for people.
Yeah, you always got to take classes. Always something new to learn. And so, like you said, so stratified. You definitely got to be able to get to a character quick and give them what they want quick. So yeah, that's very important. Very important. So, do you still get nervous when you're performing, either acting or stand up?
Yeah, it's a different kind of nervous. Like when you first start, it's like a overpowering nervousness, almost like a fear that you have to like fight through. Now it's more like anticipatory butterflies. Like, oh, I can't wait to get up here. And right before you go on, either on stage or the audition, you still have those butterflies. Like, oh my gosh! But you have the confidence that you've been here before, that you've done this before. That you booked before or you made people laugh before. So it turns into a little adrenaline rush, different than when you first start. And that fear is like, I got to fight through this and they can actually see you sweating on stage in the audition. But now it's like, I can't wait to get in there. It's almost like as an athlete, the more you play, you still have butterflies as your stage increases, but you use it as fuel. You ready to get out on the field. So it's the same thing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You guys, I tune in to King Simon Entertainment Media Group. This is Hollywood Now, where we talk one-on-one with Hollywood star power, insiders, and influencers. Today we got Kente Scott, and in honor of her sister in her absence, Shonda Scott, Civil Rivalry. We're going to now talk about, you guys always a duo? When did that come about? Because you guys, and tell us about the podcast Civil Rivalry.
Yeah, our podcast is called What Sibling Rivalry. We're two siblings. I mean, it's only two of us. Like people like, do you have other brothers and sisters? No, it's only two of us. So we've always been together. We've always hung out together. She might get tired of me playing with her and be like, go back to your room. And then she want me to play with her again. I go back and play with her some more. But so we've always had a closeness. That's why the podcast is called What Sibling Rivalry, because people don't believe that we have a sibling rivalry, but we do have it depending on what day it is. That's why the inflection could change on the name of the podcast. It'd be like, what sibling rivalry? Like, what sibling rivalry? So that's where it came from. So our parents always made sure that we did stuff together. Like even as we got older and I was still a little bit younger, they were like, y'all going out. And if you go out, you got to make sure he's okay. And you got to take him with you. And then she'd be like, well, whatever we do, you don't tell nobody.
So, yeah, that's true.
Like that. So, yeah, and as we've gotten out of college and got mature, now we're twins. We're twins with different birthdays now. Yeah, because we're an ageless family, as my mother and sister like to say.
So she the oldest. What was that like being having your sister older than you and she telling you what to do? What was that like?
I mean, she's bossy. I'll say that she's a little bossy because she is older. But you know, a lot of what she said was correct. But you know, as a little brother, you wanna think you know everything. But she used to put me in this little headlock. So when she put me in the headlock, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do what you said.
Yeah, I'm not trying to feed into the narrative that women are bossy, but I believe if she was younger, she still probably be bossy as well. So
yeah. Like even to this day, she was like, "You need to listen to what I say." I said, "I'm grown now." She's like, "That doesn't mean anything." I was like, "I got one mom. I can't have two."
So please tell us, like, where do you see what's your hope? What's your achievement you wanted to go grow into? Like, what do you want the audience to know about the show? What you want, how they can help? Please tell them.
Yeah. Well, what's Sibling Rivalry podcast is kind of like you're on a phone call with me and my sister Shonda, our co-host and sister Shonda. So you're getting an insight into how we grew up, our family dynamic, our views on funny political stuff, sports stuff. We also interview other siblings, but the platform we also use because we have a production company as well called Legacy Film and Entertainment, and we have projects that we're writing and shopping as we speak. So we got a sitcom, we got a horror movie, we got a black-owned project about Oakland businesses in the '80s. So we're shopping that. So the platform is kind of our way to get our audience to know what we're doing as we get to the point where you see it from no longer on a podcast but on a TV screen or a movie screen.
Well, that's so interesting that you have a production company as well as you guys was raised in Oakland. What was that like? Because it's so rich in culture, and with all the social injustice that's going on now, like, do you have any projects that mirror that? Like, what how you incorporate you guys Oakland experience to production and everything going on in the world right now?
Right. Yeah, and that's one of the things we do. A lot of the projects we write come from our own experience. Like the Black-owned business project that we're currently working on is based on our family and 4 or 5 other businesses in Oakland that were Black-owned from like the '80s till about '95, when Oakland was almost the next chocolate city, and everybody that was one of the leaders in business either had roots or was closely connected to people in the Black Panther Party. So they had that kind of we lift each other up mentality. So, and then in '95, the feds came in and shut it all down. Oakland has never been the same. Like Oakland was close to being the next chocolate city, and now it's 22% African American. So that project, especially with the world we live in now, we think it's timely. We've been cultivating it. We think now is the time that the world needs to see the history of Oakland and also the history of African American businesses. Because Oakland, what happened in Oakland is no different than what happened in the Tulsa riots, except for it wasn't a violent takeover. It was the same takeover. Yeah.
Yeah, it happened in so many different areas all over, even in New York, as well as in Florida. So all over. We had someone on from the Enslaved Community Museum from New York, told us about all those cities. He's on one of our platform, KS News, and there was several cities that continued to happen in before slavery and post-slavery. A lot of thriving Black communities that was really wonderful, and it came in and it totally destroyed them. So but it's so excited, brother. I always get excited when I see the platform really have on people that really shows a big picture of what it was about. That's why I expanded not just to one-on-one star power, but also insiders, influencers, that the everyone who make this circle what it is, behind the scenes and behind the scenes, and encourage people that you got to find your niche. Whether you're a thespian or whether you multifaceted or whatever, you have a place and you can find it, and we want to bring that awareness to this platform as far as if you see yourself doing it, you can do it. And you and your sister doing the wonderful work. You solidify that. We're so excited you guys write and produce. You do podcasts as well as a stand-up comedian. We're so excited for you. We want our audience to definitely reach out, connect. How can they help support you guys even now? Please tell them how can they your Twitter handles and everything.
Okay. Yeah, my Instagram, Twitter, everything is at Kente. On the shirt, Contagious Comedy, but it's KenteGious. That's my Twitter, Instagram. Also, we have an Instagram and a website for our podcast, What Sibling Rivalry Podcast. All one word on Instagram. That's also What Sibling Rivalry Podcast.com. You can check us out. So that's how you can follow us. And we got some real big things coming soon. And my sister's Instagram is at Shonda Scott 360.
Yeah, well, I definitely got to have you both back on again in the future. We're definitely going to connect, and we're going to definitely follow each other. And so I have you guys back on later together. And please, anything we did not cover, please tell the audience as we conclude. Anything you want to tell them that we have not covered?
Yeah, like I said, go follow the podcast. We got the Leonard brothers this week on the podcast coming up. We got Ray Jr. and his brother Jarrell talking about growing up in a superstar family, but still being normal kids as best they could be. So we have on the podcast. We got a sitcom called Back in the Nest that's coming out real soon. We got the Black Owned Project we're writing right now. So we got some things coming on. So y'all get on this train early. don't want to fill out the station without y'all on it.
No, I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna check it out. You guys, like, you really got it. You're funny and everything. I want to see how you incorporate all that into the show. I'm sure it's gonna be really, really good. And so please, this is another interview with King Simon Entertainment Media Group, Hollywood Now, where we interview one-on-one Hollywood stars, influencer insiders, Kente Scott, as well as Shonda Scott, Silver Rivalry. Please check them out. Follow them on all social media. Reach out to them, connect, subscribe, comment in this very video as well. Share, comment, subscribe, and connect with us. And we continue to bring you wonderful, positive content. Thank you so much, brother, for being here. Definitely have you guys back on soon. Keep doing what you're doing. And thank you so much for doing the platform for me. I see you soon, okay?
All right, man. Thank you for having me. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, there. Next time. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right.